Hi, Becky here. Thanks for joining me for my second episode of Soul Rehab. So today's subject I want to touch on about PTSD and depression and anxiety, which are usually just symptoms of PTSD. So for me, my PTSD, it happened because I was a victim of attempted murder. And before I started self-love, that is how I lived. I was a victim of attempted murder. And 2 years ago, I finally just got sick of that term for myself. And I said, you know what? No, I'm a survivor of attempted murder. And the way I'm seeing it is we've got all these people who've been fighting cancer, and they proudly say that they are a cancer survivor. So why aren't we referring to ourselves as survivors? And when you're practicing self-love, and in my last video, I mentioned you have to retrain your brain's thought process. So that's part of retraining your brain, is going from a victim mentality to a survivor mentality. So instead of being a victim of attempted murder, I'm a survivor of attempted murder. Don't be a victim of abuse, be a survivor of abuse. Don't be a victim of domestic violence, be a survivor of domestic violence. Don't be a victim of rape, be a survivor of rape. Because when you turn the word from victim to survivor, you are taking your power back. And when you're taking your power back, those things start to lose their power over you. And when you start taking your power back, you slowly start having the power to leave your house again. You have the power to start making friends. You have the power to start changing your life around. And PTSD can completely take your life away if you allow it to. And don't allow it to. It makes it that much harder to come back from. I could go on about everything that went on wrong with my life with that, but I'll slowly share that in future videos. But so you've got that. So you're retraining your brain on how to make yourself a survivor. But you also have to practice enough self-love to start advocating for yourself. So I got sick of feeling bad all the time, and I could not shake my depression, and I gained over 100 pounds, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Like, why was my metabolism so shot? It didn't matter how I was eating. It didn't matter what kind of things I was doing to make myself healthy. I just couldn't make myself healthy. And I started researching, and then that's when I found out that the adrenal gland gets fatigued because your body is constantly in fight or flight mode. Well, the adrenal gland controls metabolism. So my metabolism was literally not working because I could not relieve my PTSD symptoms. I was just always hiding them, but I was never dealing with them. And that's when I realized, okay, I have to start taking more of my life back. So I started therapy and got myself back into therapy, and I changed therapists until I found the one that I was most compatible with, the one that I knew would help me the most. I also went to my primary care doctor and said, here are my concerns, and then she put me on the right track to help me with losing weight. So when you're dealing with PTSD and you have to practice self-love, you almost have to do 4 different things simultaneously. The first is acknowledging what your PTSD is, and stop being a victim from it, and change your mindset that you're a survivor of it. I recommend getting a hold of your doctor if there's something just not going right, so they can either point you in the direction of holistic or pharmaceutical, whatever you are most comfortable with. That's up to you and your doctor. And then there was therapy. But then I also started taking advantage of a trail that was near my house. I started allowing myself to get outside for 20 minutes, just like once a week, just to start walking. And when you're walking and you're able to release all that negative energy into the air, to me, it's like just as good as how like the trees and the plants, they take all of that bad air and release clean oxygen. Well, it's kind of like the same thing. You're releasing all of that negative energy, but yet you're breathing in all of this good clean air. So you're slowly increasing your metabolism. You're lowering your blood pressure. You're realigning your chakra system. So self-love, that's why it's not selfish, because there's nothing selfish about wanting your brain to be healthy. And everyone forgets how important it is for your brain to be healthy. Because if your brain's not healthy, how are you supposed to take care of any other organ in your body, let alone your family, let alone your whole body? You have to take care of your brain first. So practice self-love by taking care of your brain, so that way you can take care of your body. If that makes any sense at all. And I hope it does. And if you are still dealing with, still can't leave the house for whatever reason, at least you're slowly making the progress inside your house. Even if you can't get outside to walk, you don't dare to leave your house to walk for 20 minutes, find an activity that you can do inside your house for 20 minutes. That will be just as healing as going for a walk in nature or what have you. Because you cannot go wrong with self-love when you are advocating for yourself. It's going to make you feel better inside out, and that's what I want for you guys. I want you to feel better, because I know what it's like to be that low. So, after you get done watching this video, I want you to remind yourself what you are a survivor of. Take your power back. And I want you to have a very Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or whatever it is you celebrate. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.